This conference will now be recorded.
Now I'm going to start. So guys, today is the second session of app services. Again repeating, app service. Yesterday we started the app service. App service is one of the service that comes under the PaaS model. In case you people are planning to create a application, new application, and if the application is developed in .NET Core, .NET Standard, PHP, Python, Java, AngularJS, Node.js, these type of application, in case you people want to migrate or you people want to develop a new application in Azure Cloud Computing, then you can go with the service. Name of the service is App Service Plan. ASP, App Service Plan, is the backbone, and the service name is App Service. App Service and App Service Plan. Without App Service Plan, you cannot create the App Service. App Service is just a front end where you people have to deploy your source code. App Service Plan is the physical resource that Microsoft is using in background. So remember, this particular service comes under the PaaS model. SLA of the service is 99.99%. It supports multiple languages, like it supports all the type of databases. It supports Python, AngularJS, Node.js, .NET Core, .NET Standard, Java, PHP, and Ruby also. So these are the programming languages are supported by this system. In case you have developed your application in HTML, JavaScript, CSS, that also. Now, so again, I'm going to start. In case you people are planning to deploy your application, so we have three ways. So either you can deploy it directly through your browser. Through the browser also you can deploy. The second option is you can deploy through Visual Studio, develop and deploy your solution using the Visual Studio. The third option yesterday I showed you using the FTP, any FileZilla, Qt FTP or whatever the FTP you have, just go and download, install and upload it through that. During the migration, you need to pass three parameters. One is the host name, second is the user ID, and third is the password. Now, same thing, topic is same. I'm going to discuss about the remaining properties. Now, same thing I'm going to show you using different way. Guys, here I'm going to use the Visual Studio. You can see here on my local machine, I already have installed the Visual Studio 2017 Community Edition. In case you people don't have the Visual Studio, then I would suggest you guys to install Visual Studio. It's recommended. During the installation time, you people have to, you can download and install Visual Studio 2019 Community Edition. Again, depending guys, you have to download and install Visual Studio 2019 Community Edition, that is available free of cost. Reason, if you're from development background or you're from admin background, in both of the condition here you people have to use the Visual Studio. So here you can see Visual Studio 2019, and this is the community edition. Powerful IDE, free for the student, open source or individual. So you are not running your company, you are the individual. If you are individual, then you can download. Guys, just download and install the Visual Studio 2019 Community Edition. This is the URL I'm going to share with you guys. The size will be, I think, around 7 to 8 GB. After installation, the size will be 7 to 8 GB. Guys, here I have shared the link on the chat window. Now, when you are going to install, you people will get this type of option. Install INS. Install Visual Studio. So guys, during the installation time, you people have to check Azure SDK. Remember, there is a workload that is called the Azure SDK. So you see here, when you are going to install, you have to check this option. It's a mandatory, guys. Just check ASP.NET Web Development and Azure SDK. These two are important. Azure Development. Here we have two options, guys: Azure Development and ASP.NET and Web Development. So these two you have to check. Is it clear, guys? These two part you have to check. So these two workloads are important.
So when we install Visual Studio 2019, automatically that option will be available, right, Azure? I mean, Atul?
These options will be available, but you have to check. You have to check.
Azure development and
ASP.NET Web Development.
only these two I have to select.
Yeah, actually here we have lots of workloads. So if you're going to check all, the size may go up more than 200 GB, more than 200 GB, or more than 300 GB. So just install these two only.
Okay, install while downloading or install download all and install then install.
You have to tick. You have to tick and click on the install button. That's it. So these are the workload. Microsoft is providing lots of workloads. So you no need to install. Even here there's a two workload. One is the Xamarin and the second is Cordova. If you're going to install if you're going to install the Xamarin and Cordova, it will be more than 150 GB. 150 GB. So guys, don't install everything. Just install only these two parts: Azure Development and the install ASP.NET Web Development. These two workloads, and click on the install button. It will take time. Remember, Visual Studio Community Edition is free for the student and individual. So here, you people, if you people are using your own laptop, then you can install it. Okay. Now here in my case, I already have installed. This is Visual Studio. I'm going to open it. See, it's going on. Now, what I'm doing, I'm going to create a new application, or I can move save application that yesterday we deployed. So what I'm doing here, okay, here I'm going to open a website. So here I'm going to click on the website button. Suppose if you already have a website, you can use the same website. If you don't have the website, you can create a new website here. Suppose guys, this is my website. Wait for a minute. Today, if possible, I will show you how to set up e-commerce application within 15 minutes with the database application and everything. It's a ready-made solution. So see guys, now this is your project. What I can do here, right click and build it. I'm going to build my website. Build started.
It will take time. In the meanwhile, can you share the website files again, because I lost it. I checked in my laptop. I did not get it.
Do you have the website.zip file? If yes, then can you please upload and share with me so that I can share.
I mean, in meeting I can share, or I have to share to in blob and.
Yeah, you can share. Just upload. No, do one thing. Just upload somewhere in a blob storage or somewhere else and share the URL with me.
Okay, let me just do it.
Now, so here, build succeeded. Now what I'm doing, in case you want, in case you are going to use the QTFTP, FileZilla or any other FTP, that is okay. If you don't have, so here what you can do, you can use the Visual Studio. So here guys, you can see, here I'm going to publish my website. Just go and click on the web app. Now, Here we have to create a profile. So in profile, where you people are planning to deploy. Suppose I'm going to deploy my website in Microsoft Azure App Service. So click on the first option. In between it's loading. So it's taking time, guys. No, it's taking too much time. No, Visual Studio not responding. Sorry, guys.
It will take time. It will take time.
Or in between, what I can do, I can open a new instance. So if you're going to compare deployment with the FTP, I mean Qt FTP and Visual Studio, Visual Studio is much faster. First time there may be a chance it may take some time, but next time Microsoft is not going to deploy everything. They are going to deploy only the change set. Means if the size of your website is 100 MB, but you have made the changes in 1 MB file, so Microsoft is not going to deploy everything. They will transfer only 1 MB file. So here, what I can do, I can create a website, just temporary website I can create. See here, suppose I'm going to create a, so here, in case you want to develop a new application in .NET Core or .NET Standard, it support both. Suppose I'm going to use the .NET Standard version 4.6. Now, are you going to create in a VC website or anything else? Suppose I'm going to create my website in simple .NET. And just keep the patience, guys. Here it may take some time, maybe a minute or two. Once it is going to complete, then what we'll do, I will try to migrate this website from, suppose this is a new website that I have developed. Now I will show you how you can migrate your website from on-premise to cloud computing using Visual Studio. So if you're going to transfer or if you're going to migrate your website using the Visual Studio, first time there may be a chance it may take a little bit more time, but from next time Microsoft is going to transfer only the change set. It means if you have made the changes in 2 files, so Microsoft will transfer only these 2 files, while with the Qt FTP or FileZilla, it will transfer entire website. Even if the size of your website is 100 MB, 200 MB, so FTP will transfer all the file every time. So that will take a little bit time. Here, that's very fast. Now you can see here, guys, this is Visual Studio. Visual Studio, I have created just a demo website. Now this website I'm going to build. Just wait. Build started. See here. Now we're shown. I'll get a message. Build succeeded. Okay, perfect. So here Just download it.
Takshir, I just chatted that link. Can you try in chat group?
Okay, just download it. Now guys, what I'm doing, I'm going to right click here, and you have two options. Either just go and publish your source code locally and then move using the FileZilla. The second option, using the Visual Studio directly, you people can deploy. Again repeating guys, if you people are going to publish it, you have two options. First, where you want to publish. You're going to publish directly in Azure virtual machine. On top of the virtual machine, you're going to deploy through Visual Studio directly. Remember, from Visual Studio directly, you people can deploy your source code in Azure VM. The second option, are you going to deploy the same in Azure App Service? If you remember yesterday, I said earlier this was called the App Service. Nowadays, I mean, at very first time it was called the website, and then website to web app. Then nowadays it's called the App Service. Now here I'm going to select the App Service. So if you already have in Azure subscription, if you already have any App Service, then okay. If you don't have, then directly from Visual Studio also you can create. From Visual Studio you can create an App Service in Azure Cloud Computing. What I'm doing, I'm going to create a new service. If you already have, then just go and select. But in my case, suppose I don't have. So what I'm doing, I'm going to create a new app service. Now here I'm going to log out, or I'm going to add my subscription. So I'm going to pass the credential, guys. See here. This is my subscription. Now here you can decide what name you want to pass, guys. Whatever the website you are going to create, you are going to create simple website or explore additional Azure service like the using the Visual Studio. You can create a databases, you can create the storage also. So here only today we are talking about the Azure website or app service. So website name I'm going to pass support Amex Guest CRM, Amex Guest CRM or Jaguar ITS. This is name of my website. Now this website I'm going to create under this subscription. Here I have Takshir resource group available in Azure Cloud Computing. I have these other resource group available. In case you want to create a new resource group, that is also possible. See here, name should be at least 1 and most 90 character, can contain only alphanumeric. So here, suppose name of my resource group is Web RG. Web RG resource group. So this resource I'm going to create under this resource group. Now here, if you already have, remember guys, if you already have created any app service plan, then you can reuse. If you haven't created any app service plan, then what you can do, you can create an app service plan from here. Remember, same, whatever I shown you yesterday. Now here you can pass whatever the name of your app service plan, you can pass. So the app service plan name I'm going to pass Jaguar ITS ASP. Okay, where you are going to create, I'm going to create in India location. So, or I'm going with the US, whatever the location you people are planning for, you can go and select. Now, suppose I'm going with the East US, ABC East, yeah, East US. Now, what size you're looking for? Here, we have multiple size available depending on your selection. Microsoft is going to charge. So we have the free tier. If you're going with a free tier, Microsoft is not going to charge anything, but you can execute the same for 12 to 40 minutes per month. If you're going with this one, then little bit they are going to charge, and these are the chargeable one. In production environment, you people will use all these. Now what I'm doing, I'm going to use the B1. In case of B1, Microsoft will give you 1 core and 1.75 GB memory. Now In case you want to monitor, here we have the sub-service available that is called the application insight or app insight. So app insight is nothing, just it is used for the monitoring purpose. So in case you people want to monitor your telemetry data, then you can enable the app insight. So here what I'm doing, I'm going to select the ECS. This also I'm going to deploy in ECS. And now I'm going to create. So what I'm going to create, guys, I'm going to create this app service and app service plan. So these two resources that I'm going to create from my Visual Studio, and see here. Now I'm not using any FTP client. I'm going to directly use Visual Studio for the deployment purpose also. So the development and deployment, for both purpose, you people can use Visual Studio. Even you no need to open, in case you want to access, the Visual, I mean your portal, then only you can access. Otherwise, everything you people can control using Visual Studio. So see here, deployment started. So the time will depend on what is the size of your project. If the size of your project is 2 MB, it will take less time. If the size of your project is maybe 200 MB, it will take time. First time, guys, it may take some time, but from next time onwards, it will not take time. Microsoft will only transfer the change set. They are not going to transfer everything. Is it clear or not?
Yes, Satul.
Okay. Now, one question, this goes to Naresh. Naresh, what's the difference? Well, if you are going to use the Visual Studio or you are going to use any Qt FTP or any FTP client, which one is better?
Visual Studio is better, I guess.
Visual Studio is better. Visual Studio is better. Region here, first time it will take the same time, whatever the time you are going to take over there. But next time it will create a pipeline. Using this pipeline, it will transfer your change set, only change set. See here, deployment started. The URL is this: https://jaguar.its.azurewebsite.net. This I'm going to create under WebRG resource group. Configuration, I'm going to deploy under release mode. And here continuous delivery started. Continuous delivery, that is the part of DevOps, CD and CL, I mean CD, continuous integration and continuous delivery. So delivery started. Now, so what Microsoft is doing, Microsoft is going to deploy your DLL, your website, everything in an FTP environment. Just a minute, guys. Adding a directory. So see here, now all DLL, here DLL will be the part of the bin folder. Now Microsoft is going to deploy the DLL first. Even if you check your subscription, this is my subscription. In my subscription, I'm going to check my resource group. Very soon Microsoft will create a WebRG resource group here. From Visual Studio, see here it's created. Guys, I haven't created here on the portal. I created this from my Visual Studio. Even if you people want to handle your network, entire network, you can set up through Visual Studio. Nowadays, there's a concept available in market that is called the infrastructure as a code. So guys, manually, if you want, you can. Otherwise, in case you want to automate everything through Visual Studio, you can control everything. So Visual Studio is not only for the developers. If you are from BI background, you are from networking background, you are from management background, or you are from development background or big data background. In all these conditions, you people can use Visual Studio. See guys, this is the website that I was trying to migrate from on-premise to cloud computing. Is it clear to all of you or not? The first time it took a little bit time. Now what I'm doing, I'm going to make some changes. Just give a minute, I'll show you. See here. Here, deployment were in process and finally published. Okay, source code finally published, and this is the URL, published successfully. Guys, okay, suppose this is website you have developed. Now it's done. Next time onwards, in case you people are making any changes, it will not take much time. So here I'm going to make some changes. Suppose Okay. Okay. Now what I did, I just made some changes in one file. Now I'm going to build my application. Same website I'm going to build succeeded. See guys, this time again I'm going to redeploy. So what I have to do, I have to click on the publish button again. Click on the publish button and publish. See here, Microsoft will follow the same pipeline. First time it took time, and this time first they are going to build. Now first they will build and deploy directly. In build, whatever the time it will take in build only. So if there will be any error, okay, build succeeded and done. The reason Microsoft is not going to transfer everything, they are going to transfer only the change set. If you have, so you have published successfully. So if you have made, I mean, suppose the size of your project is 100 MB, 1 terabyte, 1 GB. Now, if you have made the changes in 1 MB, they will transfer only this change set. They are not going to transfer entire website. Guys, is it clear or not? Hey guys, is it clear, Raghu? Okay, now see here. Just, now again I'm returning back to my website. This is my website. Into dashboard. Here I'm going to pin on my dashboard. This is one of the other resource that I'm going to pin. Third resource. This also I'm going to pin. This is my dashboard finally. Good for me, guys. I have to delete all these. These resources I created today morning in different class. Now finally, I'm going to click on resource group, WebRG. Here we have 3 resources available. I'm going to pin these 3. Pin where you want to create. If for this website, if for this type of website, if you're looking for new dashboard, that is also possible. Here you can create a new dashboard. But what I'm doing, I'm going to pin on the existing dashboard, which is my dashboard. Third also, my dashboard. This is dashboard. So here, my dashboard. Remove, 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 remove. I think there's some exception, guys. Okay. This also I'm going to remove. So finally, guys, here we have 3 resources available on top of my dashboard. So one is my website, second is the telemetry, third is the app service plan. Website, telemetry, and app service plan. App service plan is nothing, whatever the physical resources it is going. This website is using physical resources in background. This is the same. Now, yesterday I was talking about this one. So here, guys, so you can see this resource. This resource means Jaguar ITS ESP is the part of WebRT resource group. In case you want to move this from this resource group to any other resource group, that is possible. Status is ready means this particular app service plan is operational. One question, and this question goes to Surya. What will happen if I'm going to delete my resource? Suppose if I'm going to delete this website, if I'm going to delete my website, so Microsoft will charge or not? Surya, if I'm going to delete my website, Microsoft will charge me or not? Same question goes to Sharan.
Yeah, as per plan, it will charge.
If I'm going to delete my website, still they will charge. Why they will charge?
Yeah, as per plan, it will charge. It's not per website.
Once again, now the same question goes to Naresh. Here I have a website. Suppose I have two websites available. If both websites I'm going to delete, so still Microsoft will charge or not?
Yes, Atul. Microsoft will still charge. The reason being, service plan is still active, right? We are just deleting the websites.
Yes, you're 100% right. So if you are going to delete your website, still Microsoft will charge. The reason Microsoft is not charging for the website, they are charging for the app service plan. Okay, so during the exam, guys, you people will get this type of questions. Now, again, I'm returning back to app service plan. Now, the status is ready, it's operational. Location is one more question. What's the difference between location and data center? This question goes to Santosh. Santosh, what's the difference between location and data center? Taksir, any difference between location and data center?
Yeah, in one location, maybe 2 or 3 data centers, but location is the same. This is
correct. Location or region, both are same. Location or region are same. Normally, just to explain, people are saying data center, but in one location, there may be multiple data center. There may be one, maybe more than one. So guys, so location here, I have used the ECS. This is my subscription detail, and I'm using the app service plan, this one. So here I'm using the B1. In case of B1, I have to pay monthly. I have to pay, I think, around 2,900 rupees to run one instance. Here we have deployed one application, and as of now on application slot, I haven't deployed anything. In background, I'm using the Windows operating system. In case you people want to monitor, in case you want to monitor your CPU, your memory, your data in and out, so what you can do, these charts you can pin on your dashboard.
Yeah,
Can you
Atul,
explain
I got two
application
questions.
slot?
Sorry? Come again?
Application slot, what it is, I did not get.
This question from
Tasveer.
yesterday I shown you, if you want to create, in case you want to maintain the multiple version of the same website, you have to create a slots.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Two questions here. So one, I could see location, but I'm not able to see data center on the page.
Actually, Microsoft is not disclosing. Microsoft is not disclosing. Okay. Even rack, data center, cluster, these things they are not going to disclose here. Okay. Even
Okay.
if
and other one is
yeah. Please.
So in the service plan, if we delete a resource group, so what will happen? If you click on the app service plan, they will find the resource group, right?
No, if you are going to delete your resource group, whatever the resources will be the part of that particular resource group will be auto deleted. Suppose.
But how about the charge for the app service plan? Are they going to still charge for the?
No,
Okay.
Microsoft is charging for against the app service plan. So if I'm going to delete my resource group, all 3 resources will be deleted. So if all 3 resources deleted means app service plan will be also deleted. So they will not be charged after that. If my app service plan is going to delete, Microsoft will not charge anything.
Okay.
Now, again, I'm going to close everything. So here, same duplicate copy, I can remove. Just move this I'm going to reduce the size, height and width, reduced, reduced. See guys. So here on the basis of hypermetrics, you people can monitor your resources. Okay, now save. As of now, our system, our website is new, so we are not getting proper chart. But after some time, when you people will use this site, you will get very nice charts. Now, again, I'm returning back to app service plan. So here, access control and address, just leave it. Now, as if you remember yesterday, I said, if you want, you can share the app service plans. Same app service plan can be shared with the multiple websites. As of now, this app service plan is shared with the only one website. This app service plan is working with only one website. If you remember, yesterday I showed you this architecture. If you want, you can attach multiple websites with the same app service plan. Where exactly it is? Okay, yeah, this one. So if you want, guys, you can attach multiple websites with the same app service plan. So this is one app service plan. As of now, one website is attached with it. If you're going to attach multiple website, that is possible. If you're going to attach multiple website with the same app service plan, there may be performance issue. If there's a more user, then there may be a performance issue. If there is no user, in the same cost, you people can run multiple website. Guys, is it clear or not? This point is clear to all of you or not? If not, then I can show you again. What I'm doing, I'm going to create one more website and attach with the same app service plan. Here,
Atul, if you don't mind, can you just show from Visual Studio one more time?
From scratch?
Scratch not required. Just open the new project and will it take more time? If it is taking more time, will not require.
It will take maybe 5 minutes. The first time it will upload
At
everything.
last you can show. At last you can show. Atul. We can continue with that, and at last you just show once more. I just installed. That's the reason.
Very quickly install Visual Studio. So now, here I'm going to create one more website. This website I'm going to create under WebRG. And the website name is suppose guess CRM, guesscrm.azurewebsite.net. Here I'm going to deploy my source code. Suppose internally I'm using the .NET Core. Here I'm going to use .NET Core. Now what I'm doing, suppose I'm going to use the East US location, East US, and environment I'm going to use the Linux. So in case you're going to use a different environment, remember, if you people are going to use, 1 second, let me check the first where the location is. I think East US, yeah. Here I'm using the East US. So guys, if you people are going to create the same environment, then by default you will get the app service plan you can reuse. If you're going to use any other deployment platform, you will not get that option. So suppose I'm going to pass here guess CRM, and now I'm going to use suppose .NET East US. In East US, we already have this available. But if I'm going to use the Japan or any other region app service plan, I will not get. Now, one question, this goes to Ranjit. why I'm not getting the app service plan? Same app service plan, why I'm not getting here now? Ranjit, Naresh, Vagesh, why I'm not getting the same app service plan now?
It was a different region.
Perfect. The reason I have
Yeah.
created my app service plan in ECS. So in case you want to reuse the same, you have to go with the ECS only. So see here, that's available. In case you want to monitor, then now see here. In this case, Microsoft will charge only 3,000 rupees, 2,900 rupees they will charge to run 2 websites. Reason, I haven't created 2 app service plan. I'm using 2 websites with the same app service plan. Hope it will be clear to all of you guys. In this condition, Microsoft is going to charge only 2,900 rupees per month. The reason to support these 2 type of website, I'm running 1 app service plan. Clear, guys? If yes, then we can move ahead.
Yes, sir.
Okay, networking we'll discuss later on. These we already have discussed. Same, in case you want to monitor on the basis of any particular parameter. So what you can do, you can select your metrics and pin. Suppose in case you want to check the CPU usage, what is the average CPU usage in case you want to pin. So what you can do, here I'm going to check the since last 30 minutes. So this is the CPU usage. Average CPU usage is 9.21%. You can pin the same on dashboard. Okay, now again I'm returning back to my website and going to discuss about the remaining properties. So let me start from the end. Now guys, whenever you people are working in real-time situation, in case you people are facing any issue, if in case you people are facing, so what you can do, you can raise a ticket to directly to Microsoft. Depending on the severity, whatever the severity you people have selected, depending on your selection, Microsoft team get back to you. So you people will get a call from any Microsoft partner, like your company, maybe from TCS, maybe HCL, maybe from Accenture. You people will get a call and they will resolve your issue. So hope ticketing system is clear to all of you. How to raise the ticket? Guys, is it clear? This ticketing system is clear to all of you or not?
Clear.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yeah.
against most of the services, whatever the services Microsoft is running, against most of the services, Microsoft running a component that is called the advisor. So here they are running with this service, they are running an advisor that is called the app service advisor. So what exactly it will do, time by time, it will scan your system. Whatever the application you have deployed, internally Microsoft will scan your data, your system, and if everything is okay, then they will give you a green signal like these things are look good. We scan your application and could not find any recommendation at this point of time. If we have done any mistake, then what Microsoft will do during the scanning, if they are going to detect, they will give you the issue list that, hey, with your project, these are the issue. And whatever the issue,
Yeah, got it.
whatever the issue they will indicate.
Quick question, Atul. Yeah. So you said like recommendation. Can you give us like example? Let's say I've created 2 app services. So in the real-time scenario, just an example like how Microsoft will recommend us. Yeah.
Okay. So suppose, if you remember, yesterday I said by default it will be deployed on the HTTP environment. By default it will be deployed on HTTPS environment. But after some time, what Microsoft will do, Microsoft will give you a notification that you have to purchase a certificate now. You have to purchase certificate now. So if you are not going to purchase any certificate, so here they will give you a warning that, hey, you are running your website on top of HTTP, which is not the secure platform. So it would be better if you can purchase the certificate. So these type of message you will get. Okay, this is a common service. This is a common component that you Microsoft is using with the various services. Now, per day they will scan your system, and they will give you the health report. So the web app is running normally. So they scan today, and this is available. So every day they will issue a health history of your service. So today's health history is yes, history is available, and our system is running normally. Okay. Now, as of now, we are discussing or we are covering everything manually, but later on, as I said, we people will we people will cover automation also. So for the automation, we will teach, we will cover the Windows PowerShell, Azure PowerShell, and ARM template. So whatever the action so far we have performed, all our action is recorded by Microsoft. Again, repeating guys, whatever action on top of this particular website we people have performed, all my action is recorded by Microsoft. Internally, Microsoft is running Web Micro. Microsoft is running internally. So whatever the step, whatever the selection we have done initially, all my steps is recorded by Microsoft. In case later on I want to create a similar type of environment through automation. So what I can do, I can download this source code. Here, Microsoft will give you the source code. This source code you can download, integrate with Visual Studio, and redeploy it somewhere else. So in that condition, no need to pass any parameter, just go and deploy it. That's it. But this I'll cover later on when first I have to teach you Windows PowerShell, Azure PowerShell, then only I can teach you this one. Otherwise, if I'm going to explain now, you will not get anything. So this I can skip for the time being. Okay, process. So whenever you people are running Tuxedo, when you are going to run Visual Studio or any program you are going to run, so what is the process ID? What is the process name? Any idea? Process name for .NET project, they are running W.
If it is Azure, if it is Azure, it is if in Dynamics it is it's IIS, and if it is on premises, it is W3WP site.
Correct, W3WP. So the process name is W3WP, and the process ID is this.
What is W3WP means, Atul? I mean, like it's a process by default.
Yes, by default. I use process name. It's a process name.
Okay.
Okay. Now, so wait for a minute. Stream. Sometimes during the development, sometimes what developers are doing, they are writing the log. Sometimes developers are writing the log. So if you have written some log, if you have written some code to log, so you need a monitoring platform that from where you can monitor. So this is just monitoring platform, but as of now, application log is turned off. So in case you're going to turn on this application log, later on you can monitor if you have written any code. So you can see here application log is off. I'm going to on it. And what type of application you want to log? You want to log the warning, information, verbose, or error. Suppose only error. Means whenever I'll get an error, it should be right somewhere in a storage. So you have to switch on the application log, and now you will get the application. Whenever in future the system will throw any error, that will be recorded here. Remember guys, now if you have written some code in your Visual Studio that hey, in case of error, just write this information, just give this message, so you people will get this message here. Okay, this is just a console monitoring. Now a few things, health check and others, they are introducing in preview. Now this one, this is a very important part. Here anyone from US? No, is from US today. Raghu, anyone in your team from United States?
No. All from Hyderabad.
Okay. So now, guys, here this is a very important part. Alert and matrix. These two are very important. If you people are working with websites, normally people require a multi-system so that you can easily monitor what is happening with the website. So what Microsoft did, Microsoft created a property as well as they created a service. Name of the service is matrix. So in case you people want to monitor, remember, if you want to monitor the same service or same resource on the basis of one matrix or on the basis of multiple matrices, that is possible. For example, suppose I'm going to check the data in. What is the average data in for my website in last 1 hour? So guys, this is the average data in for this website. Against this website, this is the average data in, which is 819 KB. Now, in case you want to compare the same with the data out, so what you can do, you can add a matrix and select here data out. The second matrix I can select here data out, and I can select average. Now here you can see this is the average data in versus data out in last 30 minutes or 1 hour, whatever the time frame you are going to select. 15 KB and 819 KB. In case you want to show the same in different chart, bar chart.
Atul, data in means what, Atul? I mean, like, for example, if we execute a website in a browser, that will give the results, right? So that is what data out, right? Or data in.
So if you are going to access something, that is data out.
Okay, data in means?
Data is something is going to flow inside. Something from outside is going to flow inside. That is the data in.
Okay.
So actually, we people are requesting. If you people are going to request, that is data in. If internally it is going to access something from the outside, data out. That's why you can say always data in will be the higher than the data out. This will be higher.
And even we can refer like how many times that website was accessed. That also can we check?
Yeah.
What would be the parameter, Atul?
So 1 second. Even customizing also possible later on. Even today in 6 to 8 hour class, I was just discussing same thing. So on the basis of custom parameter, create a different service for that. In case there are few services available, there are few properties available, but in case you want to customize everything, so here we have the service called the monitor. Let me show you monitor. So through this monitor, you can monitor everything. Means who is using your resource from which country, which longitude, which latitude, which space is used, which is not used, which module is used, which is not used. Everything you can. What is the CPU uses, what is the RAM uses, what is the capacity, alert setup, everything you can set up. That's a big topic. But here anyway, let me show you. Now, in case you want to check the CPU time, every response time, how much time it is taking to respond. So every response time is 5.6 seconds. This is as of now, in last 30 minutes, this is every response time. Now, sum of all requests. This is average, but in case you want to count how many times people requested, 9 times. Clear?
Clear.
Now, in case you want to see the same in bar chart, so this is a time frame when people requested it. Now, so far, these are the actions performed. As of now, on top of this website, we perform these actions. Now, in case you want to get the quick insights, so like in case of error, whenever there will be any error, you people will get the acknowledgement. Whenever alert fired, you people will get the acknowledgement. If deployment is going to fail, this type of alert will be fired. So in case you people want to set up this type of alert, that is also possible. Internally, you can set up. One more thing I'm going to show you. Give me a minute. Control 0. 1 second, guys. I'm going to show you something. Here I'm going to create a duplicate tab. Give me a minute, guys. Let me log in again. Now again, I'm going to click on dashboard. See here. Here we have the application insights. Application inside. In case you want to check what is happening internally, so click here on the application inside. This is the application inside. Now here we have the live matrix. Live matrix. Now what you can do, guys, here I'm going to share the URL with you guys. Everyone please hit on the URL and let me know. This is the URL, Jaguar ITS. Copy and paste. Everyone please use this. Just click somewhere on this URL. Someone clicked here. This is incoming request. Now again someone clicked here. See guys, this is incoming request. This is request duration, failover rate, redundancy, CPU uses, exception rate, commit memory. See here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You people requested 6 times. Now 6 times. So everything you people can monitor from background, guys. Here, in case you want to see the architecture, in case you want to see the application map. So here, this is the application map. This is Jaguar ITS. Here you people requested, someone clicked here on admin, someone clicked here on default page. Most of you people clicked on this one. Guys, you people clicked on these pages and duration was 2.9 seconds. Here it responded in 383 seconds. Is it clear, guys? So if you people are going to use, and if I want to monitor whether people are using or not, I can monitor.
Good, Atul. Yeah.
Okay, now let's move ahead. Although it's a different service, this is a different service, but used for the application monitoring. Now again, I'm going to click here on the website. Whatever the metrics you have selected last time, in case you want to monitor, in case so 24/7 normally people are not monitoring. But suppose during the daytime, whenever you people are working office, you people are monitoring your website, how your website is working. What about the night time? In case you people want to, remember, if you people want to monitor your website during particular, on the basis of particular threshold value, that is also possible. So what I can do, here I can set up alert. Here I can set up an alert. So here I'm going to set up alert for this website. Website name is Jaguar ITS. This website is the part of this resource group, and this resource group is the part of this subscription. If you remember in the second session, I told you about the hierarchy. The top level of entity is the subscription, middle level of the entity is resource group, and the low level of entity is your resource. So what we are doing, whatever the changes we are applying, these changes we are applying for the resource, means for my website. Now I'm going to put some condition. Here on the basis of this condition, I'll get some alert from Microsoft. Suppose guys, if the CPU time or if average response time, suppose if average response time is greater than certain percent, then you will get acknowledgement from Microsoft. So as of now, average response time is 2.6 seconds. Right, as of now, this system is responding in 2.6 seconds. Okay, now what you can do here, you can set up a rule. The rule I'm going to set up, if average response time is greater than, if average response time is greater than 2 seconds, okay, since last 5 minutes. So whenever the average response time is greater than 2 seconds, so this is the condition. Whenever average response time is greater than 2 seconds, then Microsoft will charge 10 cents per month. They are not going to charge every time, they will charge per month. In 1 month, against this type of alert, Microsoft will charge 10 cents. And whenever the application performance will degrade, they will inform you. They will call you, Microsoft will call you, Microsoft will send a SMS, they will email you, they will send a push notification also. Now, here I'm going down, and now I'm going to create action group. What action you want to perform? So here I'm going to click on the action group. Here, what I can do, this action group I'm going to create under WebRG resource group, and the action group name I'm going to pass is notify me. Now, what type of notification you want to get? Suppose I'm planning to get the notification, so on email. So if the average CPU, average response time is greater than 2 seconds, then Microsoft will email me. So here I'm going to select my email ID. Now, in case you want to get the SMS, that is also possible. So SMS facility is available for India. Now I have to pass my mobile number 7777 896 9999 777 896. And now, if you already have installed the Azure app, mobile app, then they will inform you through app also. So I have installed the app also.
So Atul, with one action group, we can push through email, SMS, and voice also, is it?
Correct. Voice facility is available only for 2 countries. One is for Canada and second for the United States. That's why I asked there anyone or so here for India this facility is not available. For India guys, this facility is not available. Otherwise, if average response time is greater than 2 seconds, then Microsoft will call you. You people will get a pre-recorded message from Microsoft that hey, against your website name is this, the average response time is greater than this second. You get a short call from
Taskir is from out of India, right?
sorry?
Taskir from out of India, right? We can test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, post notification, for post notification, you have to install the Azure app with the same email ID, whatever the email ID you are going to pass. Now, SMS facility is available for certain country and India is the particular list. And email ID you can pass for the email ID. Now, what I'm doing, I'm going to enable. Name of my notification, I'm going to pass notify. And create. This action group I'm going to create finally. See, it's creating. Now you can set up a rule name. The rule name is okay. Inform on notify on higher file is this.
So for notification also they will charge, is it?
Sorry,
For notification also it will be charged, right?
for notification, for everything they are going to charge 10 cents. Whatever the type of notification you want to get, for all type of notification, they are going to charge 10 cents only, means 7 rupees and 50 paise per month.
Okay.
For all type.
I mean, like for email 7 rupees and SMS 7 rupees, or
No, including
for
everything.
everything?
Including everything. For one type of alert, Microsoft will charge 7 rupees and 50 paise. If you are going to set up 3, then they will charge 23 rupees.
Got it.
Okay. See here. This is the rule. Now, if the CPU, if the average response time is greater than this number of threshold value, then only Microsoft will call you, they will send an email, they will inform you. What type of email you people will get, I will show you. Even just in previous session, in 6 to 8, I was just going to, actually in morning class, most of the guys are from Canada. In evening class, most of the guys are from United States. See here. So these type of email you people will receive. If people will receive this type of email, you will get a push notification, you will get a mobile message, you will get a call also. You will get a call only if you're from United States or Canada. Clear, guys? This type of email you will receive. Now, course. How many of you know what is course? How many of you know what is course? Takshir, what is course?
To access from one domain to another domain.
Can you please explain?
No, the course is used for connecting with the two different domain. Basically, suppose one is one server is on different domain and another application is on different domain. Then you will apply the course to connect with it.
Correct. So it's the same. This property is same like the what we discussed in storage. This was the same feature. So now extension. As of now, you haven't installed any extension. In case you want to, on top of this particular platform, as this is not VM, but on top of this platform, in case you want to install any particular extension, that is also possible. For example, when you can use this, I'll show you. Suppose you have developed your application in .NET Standard. Okay. Suppose, this is the CRM application. This application, whatever the application you have developed and deployed, this is the CRM application. Now, in this CRM application, suppose you people are using multiple modules. Okay. Now, the first module is lead. Second is sales call. Project and opportunity. Next module is quotation delivery milestone. Anyways, these are some of the modules. Suppose guys, suppose this module, project is same. This is the same project. In this project, suppose we have developed multiple module. For development of this module, maybe we have used .NET Standard, .NET 4.6. For this also we have used .NET 4.6. For this also I have used .NET 4.6, and for this also. All these modules are developed in .NET 4.6 version. Now, after 5 years, you people are going to create a new module. Module name is, here you are going to deliver multiple module. One is the quotation, second is delivery and milestone, sales order and invoicing. Now, for the development of this module, you people are planning for the .NET Core. Okay, as .NET Standard is almost about to retire. Microsoft, announced that now they're not going to introduce any new version of the .NET Standard. In future, .NET Standard will not be available. They are going to promote the .NET Core, and that will be the future for development platforms. Now, suppose to keep all these points in mind, what I did, new development I did in using .NET Core. Now you can see here internally .NET Framework. Here we people are using for these modules, we are using .NET Core, .NET Standard. But for the new module, what people are planning, we people are planning for the .NET Core. So if directly we are going to deploy, if .NET Core we are going to deploy, it will not work. The reason, during the provisioning of time, I selected .NET Standard. Now this website is deployed, this website is running on .NET Standard, but same time I'm going to deploy the .NET Core code, that will not work. In case you want to make it compatible, so what you can do here, you can run an extension. You have to install an extension. For example, here you can select what type of extension you are looking for. So suppose there are lots of extensions available. Suppose I have developed my new module in .NET Core, so I can select .NET Core. This is the legal agreement and accept. What Microsoft will do, on top of the same platform, Microsoft is going to write a wrapper. So now internally there will be two frameworks available. On the same platform, there will be two frameworks available, .NET Core and .NET Standard. So first few modules will use .NET Core and the last module will use .NET. So first few module will use .NET Standard and the last will use .NET Core. So in case you want to make compatible with the different technology, that is also possible. Compatibility is possible. In on-premise environment, it's not possible. It's only possible with this one and with the Docker container. With the Docker. Hope guys, it will be clear to all of you. Sakshay, is it clear or not?
Yeah, it's clear. The means what I'm thinking. The best example is like the railway ticket booking, railway ticketing. This from the any other website you are able to book the ticket. So might be the code of the railway, the application of the railway is developed in different languages, and the other websites are different in other languages. So it might be the course.
That is the they are exposing the services, but here I'm not talking about the service. I'm talking about the framework.
Okay.
Means IS is same, but on the same IS you are going to run two websites. One website you are going to deploy in .NET Core and the second in .NET Standard. So very similar, like on the same server you are going to deploy Java and .NET both. So here initial deployment was through .NET Core, .NET Standard, but this time I deployed .NET Standard also. In case you want, that is possible.
Means with the different flavor of the same domain, we need to use the course.
Yes. No. I'm not talking about the course. This is the new feature.
No. What I'm telling you. Yeah, I got. Means extensions means the single domain with a different flavor. We can put to the communication of the different flavor. We will use the extension.
Yes. So one more thing. Sometimes people are feeling more confident. They are saying, "Hey, I'm good in PowerShell. I'm good in DOS." So in case you want to manage your resource through DOS prompt, that is also possible. So for DOS, what Microsoft did, Microsoft already given a console here. Through console, you can monitor whatever deployment you have done. yesterday, whatever the application we deployed, same application, in case you want to manage through DOS platform, that is also possible. For example, in case you want to see in this application, what are the files, what are DLLs available. So you can see here. Here we have the about us. This is page, config, page, content folder, page, script folder, site.master. These are the folders. Now, in case you want to move in DLL, you want to see what is available in bin. In bin, we have these DLLs available. Now you want to come back. Now, so these are the directories. 1, 2. This is directory. This is directory, and these are the files. Suppose you want to create some more folder. One more folder you want to create wherever you have deployed. mkdir css. Now see here. Here we created css. Now I'm going to create an images. Video. Now see here, what I did, I just created multiple resources here. So in case you people want to monitor or you want to manage your resources through the console platform, that is also possible. For that, what Microsoft did, Microsoft created a component here that is called the console. Through console, you can monitor. Through DOS prompt, you can monitor your deployment. Whatever deployment you have done, you can maintain it from here.
Atul, one question. We have created two directories, right? Can we see it here? Not in the console, directly on the this Windows,
You can.
where it is.
Now, so here, suppose guys, I'm going to set a deployment password. The third option for deployment I'm going to show you. Here I'm going to select the FTP, use credential, password I'm going to pass India at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Username is guestdev. Now what I'm doing, here Microsoft will give you FTP endpoint. So just copy FTP endpoint and paste somewhere in a folder. Now see here, I'm going to click on overview section. This is my FTP host name. Just copy FTP host name, open any folder. Suppose this is my folder. Here I'm going to paste this URL. Guys, now I receive this pop-up window. Here I can pass the username. So this is the username. I can pass the password now. India at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, okay. See guys, audio, images, CSS, everything. Clear? So, in case from the Windows environment, from the Linux environment, or from any other environment, in case you want to directly access the FTP environment, if you have the credential directly, you can access. So remember, FTP is directly integrated with your Windows also. Nowadays, FTP is already integrated with the Visual Studio. It's already integrated with the with the Windows also. Now even Cortana is the part of Visual Studio. Cortana is available nowadays in Windows browser also. Guys, how many of you know about the Cortana?
Yeah, I heard.
It's part of slide, guys. It's part of now up to here. I'm going to show you one more thing. So in case, most of the property done. Now, one more thing. Here I'm going to use the e-commerce, or I'm going to search no commerce. Here, click on the create a new resource. Here we have option no commerce. just go and click on the no commerce and click on create button. So guys, no commerce is just the open source. No commerce is just leading ASP.NET online e-shopping solution. No commerce can be installed and set up by anyone with the most basic website building and computation skill. Means anyone, maybe manager, maybe developer, anyone can create a fully functional e-commerce application on click of few buttons. No commerce is secure, it's a scalable, extendable e-commerce platform. It has a user-friendly administrator tool to manage your storefront, customer, and this. What I mean, in short, I can say this is fully functional e-commerce application. This you can deploy under the app service. So what you can do, how to open it, just close everything guys, just go and click on the dashboard. Now again click on the create a resource, and here you can search no commerce. Now click on create button. What you can do, you can pass a name for your website or e-commerce application. Name is suppose guess commerce or e-com. E-business. Sorry, booked.
Make it soft dreams.
Sorry, soft drink.
Yeah, make it soft dreams.
Trying for smaller name like
Put like e-business 1 something, e-business 1 2 something.
Great chili.
Okay, this website is available. So if I'm going to create this website, name is Red Chili. So website URL will be https://redchili.azurewebsite.net. Now I'm going to create under which resource group? WebRG. Okay, now under web, here we already have a resource group of this app service plan available. Would you like to use the same? Suppose I'm saying no, I'm not going to reuse. I'm going to create a new app service. So here you can create where, suppose app service name is Red Chili CHI Red Chili ASP app service plan that I'm going to create in United States. In each US location I'm going to create. Here we have the multiple pricing tier available. You can select which pricing tier you are looking for. Suppose I'm looking for the better pricing tier. Just wait. Suppose
Atul, there is something pricing tier called F1 in dev test. Can we also take that also, right? Because it is
you can
free.
take, but up to 60 minutes only. This is for development time. Real time situation, people are using this one. So if you want, you can use the F1, but you can use only for 60 minutes per day computation. Here you can go up to 250. Here this is free of cost. Here you people have to pay certain amount like 600 rupees per month. Here 2100 rupees per month, but with the certain validation. Now suppose guys I'm going with the P3V2 where I'll get the better ACU. Okay, and select. I'm going to click on OK button. Now what you can do here, you can set up a database. Just go and set up a database here. So I'm here SQL Server is the database. You cannot use any other database. This particular platform, whatever the e-commerce application we are going to set up, this is not Microsoft product. This is Microsoft partner product. Again repeating guys, this is not written by Microsoft, it's written by Microsoft partner. One of the company name is No Commerce, that is written. Everything is written by that company. Now what I'm doing here, I'm going to pass the database. So database name I'm going to pass suppose Jaguar DB. Name of the database is the Red Chili DB. Red Chili DB. And now I'm going to set up a server also, database server. So guys, database server I'm going to pass here Red chili server. So database server URL is redchili.database.windows.net. This will be the URL of the server, and here I'm going to pass the username. Username for the database server is there. Password I'm going to pass India at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Repeat password India at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now I'm going to use the location East US. Make sure your resources will be in the same region. And here you can select the pricing tier for the database, what type of database you are going to select. So here against this database, normally they are charging. Here, if you're going to use the 2 CPU, monthly they will charge 15,000 rupees. This SQL server is available on platform as a service. So here this is very costly against the 2 CPU. Microsoft is charged 15,000 rupees per month. Suppose I'm going with the 2 CPU, or I can increase 4 CPU. Okay, and apply. So here again, this database, Microsoft is going to charge 30,000 rupees per month. For the website also, Microsoft is going to charge 30,000 rupees per month. Total to run this type of e-commerce application, we people have to pay 60,000 rupees per month. Now, suppose application sites, in case you want to implement, you can, otherwise just go and disable it. And set up it. Now you people have to wait for some time, guys. Even if you have a web application, if you have any website, if you have any mobile API, everything you can deploy here. You can create a new application and deploy, or you can migrate existing application here. All possibilities are here.
Atul, one question. So what is difference between no commerce and web app? I mean, like same kind of information also we are passing in there also, right?
So no commerce is just ready-made solution. No commerce is ready-made solution we are going to deploy on top of the app service. App service is just a platform. No commerce is just a software that is already written by a company.
Okay.
Okay, so even if you are going to create your own custom web API, you just go and deploy here. That is also possible. So just wait for 5 minutes, guys. Here, what Microsoft will do, here this is time taking process. Usually I don't like to cover this topic. Whatever I'm covering this, I mean, this is not the part of the course, frankly speaking. No commerce is not the part of code, but still I thought this we have 30 minutes, I can tell you guys.
Thank you, Atul.
So
Thanks,
actually, in past, I sold this application 3 times. I mean, I deployed, I haven't written any code. What I did, I just downloaded this source code and sold to multiple companies.
Oh, great.
Reason is a source code is already written. 99% things are written. What you can do is just change the look and feel and sell to someone. That is possible. It's a ready-made solution.
Excellent.
Yeah. So here, guys, it will take time. The region, Microsoft will create a database server. On top of the database server, they will create a database. Then they will create a app service plan. Then they will create the app service. So in this activity, it will take 5 to 7 minutes.
We can see that activity log also, right, Atul? I mean, like whatever it is created, we can see that activity log also, right?
Yeah. Even so far, whatever they have created, that also you can monitor. So we created under WebRG. See here, Red Chili website created, app service plan created, database created. As of now, what they have done, they have created the database, server, app service plan, and app service. So these 3 sources as of now Microsoft created. Now they are creating the database. Just wait for some time, please. Now I'm going to remove, for the time being, guys, I'm going to remove all these. Even Microsoft already, done the tie-up with the hundreds of companies. So lots of products already available. Just go and use. Region, if you people are going to use, you people will pay to Microsoft. That's why they have done the tie-up with these type of companies. Even the code is written by a company, promoted by a company, but here profit, most of the profit goes to Microsoft. Microsoft is not promoting this. They are just given a house to deploy it. That's it. But main revenue goes to Microsoft. Even if something is happening with this particular service, Microsoft is not responsible. You people have to communicate to that particular service provider. Now see here, deployment is underway. It may take some more time. The bad, I mean, everything is good. Only one bad part is sometime during the deployment is getting failed because of any anonymous reason. If it is going to fail, then it's a very frustrating task. Otherwise it's very simple, very simple. Suppose I'm spending 10 to 15 minutes, and after that, if it is going to fail, it's very bad. So
Atul, will it take time? I have a small question actually.
in between you can ask your question. It will take some time. Okay, done.
Okay, it's done. Thanks.
Yeah, please ask your question.
I want to share my screen, that's why.
Oh,
I
you
just
want to
have it.
say?
Yeah.
1 second. Okay, now you can. Yeah, this is him. Raghu, you are saying something? I can't hear you.
Sorry, Atul, I'm talking in mute. Sorry. This is Nerolac.azure websites, and this is Nerolac.qa. For example, if I click on swap, automatically that QA will also show.
So here, that will depend on your selection. If you have 2 instances available, the first, production will go to the staging, and staging will go to the production. But if you have multiple slots available, then you can select which slot will go from QA to which production.
Yeah. Yeah, I understood, Atul. Just I'm thinking to just put whatever here it is showing, same thing should go to prod.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 minute, Atul. Just let me just click on swap.
That will take lump sum 30 seconds.
Oh, it will take time. Okay.
It will take lump sum 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Even whatever the portal you can see, this portal also not same.
Oh.
Portal, property, and Microsoft is maintaining multiple version for multiple type of subscription.
Okay. So here swap with preview also there. Okay, I thought of seeing this.
Preview.
Okay, done.
You can see. Yeah, done. Now you can refresh.
Okay,
Also move to staging, and staging will move to production.
excellent. Thanks, Atul. This is what I just want to do it before. Okay, Atul, you can take the control. Thanks, Atul.
Now again I'm moving ahead. Let me check. It's done, guys. This is done. This is red chili. Now I'm going to start this. This is my website. What I'm doing, I'm going to click on this URL. redchili.azurewebsite.net. Nothing. This issue related to browser. One second, guys. So what exactly Microsoft will do? Here the source code is available on GitHub. This is the source code. In case you want to download and install manually from your local machine, that is also possible. So here, Microsoft will deploy your source code. This source code they will deploy from here to here. Browse. What is this? Even I don't know. This is related to what? Give me a minute, please.
Might be the access, Atul. Access.
No. Maybe because of that deployment, this code actually community is working. Community people are working. So lots of time, but sometimes if someone is going to deploy the buggy code, if the code is buggy, we cannot control. The region is open source, so handled by community. Suppose okay, if community is someone, suppose I have deployed any code that is buggy, so no one can control. We people have to wait for a few days. Whenever that particular issue will be resolved, then we can use. Maybe it will take a few hours, maybe 15 minutes, maybe 2 days. But I think the code is buggy. Nowadays, whatever the code is available, I think that is the buggy, guys. There's some bug here. So sorry, guys, I can't show you this right now. Maybe later on, next time I can show you how to create a fully functional e-commerce application within 10 to 15 minutes. So this is one of the nice platform, but one drawback is this is open source. This is open source. Who will take the responsibility? That's a question mark. For example, you can see here someone checked the buggy code, and because of that, it's giving this error. So now we people have to wait for some time. Anyone is going to take necessary action, then only I can resolve it. This is the poor point of this one. Otherwise, this is good. Even this is not only one service that Microsoft have tie-up for the e-commerce. They are having the tie-up with multiple companies. So what these companies are doing, they are selling their product. They are selling their product in free of cost. What Microsoft is doing, most of the 90% revenue goes to Microsoft, and 10% revenue they are selling with this community also. Anyway, so we can ignore. For the time being, guys, I'm going to ignore this part. Region, as of now, this code is buggy. We cannot move ahead. at least for the time being. Later on, maybe sometimes later I can show you how you can deploy, how you can configure everything, but not now. So finally, in case anyone have any question, you can ask your question. And next Saturday, I will tell you cloud service. That's a more interesting topic. That's more interesting topic than what I will do. I'll tell you about the database. Then slowly I will move with the infrastructure service.
Yeah,
Same
Atul,
solution.
I have one question
Yeah.
regarding this Process Explorer. Normally in Azure cases it is IIS, but why it is showing here W3WP?
So here, okay, what is W3WP? Any idea?
No. What I am telling, normally in Azure case, what I learned from the dynamic, it is IIS services. But here it is showing W3WP, which is on-premises services. So that's what my question, why it is showing W3WP services?
Internally, they are using the process. Internally,
Because we are working on Azure, so it should be IIS, right?
No. So actually, W3WP is the IIS worker process. Again, repeating whatever you think, that is correct. But W3WP is nothing. It's the IIS worker process, which runs even in on-premise, in cloud computing. In both of the cases, your application is working on the W3WP, which is IIS worker process.
Okay, then the vertical process. It
Even
means
whatever you are using under on-premise environment, same is available in Azure Cloud Computing also. It's a worker process, IIS worker process.
okay.
So
Okay.
if you check on your local machine, same worker process is available in cloud computing also, same worker process available.
That's why I asked, because it's not, this area is not going to be covered in the dynamics and also because it's not required for us. So they are normally selling, no, if you are working in Azure, there is an IIS services. If you are working on the on-site, then it is W3WP.
Without W3WP, IIS cannot deliver anything. Without W3WP, IIS cannot deliver anything. So actually internally there's a service available, that is exe available, that is called a W3WP exe.exe. So actually if you have any application that is using the DLL, that can run. But what if any application is using the exe? That is not going to support. That's why Microsoft, integrated W3WP with it's attached. W3WP.exe is attached with the IIS. That is the worker process. IIS worker process.
Okay. Clear now.
Atul, as requested, can you just show that Visual Studio once?
Okay.
If it is
okay. W3WP process and IIS worker process is a Windows process, W3WP. Clear? Which run web application and responsible for handling the requests sent to the web server specific pool. So W3WP is available in Azure Cloud Computing. W3WP is available in AWS also. It's available under on-premise also. Now I'm going to show you. Same I'm going to show you again. I'm going to close everything. Here I'm going to start Visual Studio. What you can do, if you have any website available, then you can open. If you don't have any website available, then you can create a new website without Azure SDK. Here, whatever website today I created, this is without Azure SDK. This is normal application. Maybe you can use PHP, you can use Python, you can use Ruby, you can use .NET, you can use .NET Core, you can use any other languages also. Now, what I'm doing, I'm going to create a demo project. So click on file and create a new website.
Atul, in 2019, I am not getting that options actually in 2019. Yours says 2017, right?
Can you show your screen?
Yeah, 1 minute. I just can you just give control?
Yeah, now you can.
So let me know once you
Now,
see this.
one second, create a new project.
So
Now,
here which
just
option?
wait,
Yeah.
let's 1 second. Just type here ASP.NET. Just type here ASP.NET. So here the second option, ASP.NET Web Application. The first thing using .NET Core, and the second is .NET Standard. So click
Okay,
here.
web application .NET framework.
Yeah.
Both are same, Atul. ASP.NET web application.
Correct.
Windows, right?
No need to set. Okay, you can pass the name of your website. Here you can create services, you can create WCF services, you can create Windows services, you can create web services, you can create a mobile API, you can create a ASP.NET project, AngularJS, Node.js, there are lots of.
Okay. So Atul, now just have to go and create. That's it, is it? Or location I want to mention anything?
No problem. Directly you can create. Now you can select the web form. Second option. Now next and create button.
Atul, one question. So a web form, web API, both are different, right?
The web API is just like the service. If you want, you can deploy your service also.
Okay.
Here, most important part is, guys, whatever you are going to learn, how you are learning, and whether you are implementing or not. These two are the key factors.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, now what you can do, right click on the project, right side, just click on the app demo one, right click, build it, right click, and click on the build button. Now again, right click and publish. Correct?
Azure.
Yeah. Now Azure App Service, first one. Here you're using trial subscription. Now here you can, here this will be your resource group. You can select. Now select the narrow lag. You already have created this website, correct?
Yeah, I created. Yeah.
So now you're going to replace the existing one with the new resource. Just wait for some time now.
Publish or?
I think you already have clicked. Click on publish button. Just wait for some time now. Now Microsoft will add your DLL in bin folder, and respectively they will publish your source code from your local machine to cloud computing on FTP environment. Only on FTP environment. Next tutorial I'll show you how you can deploy the same on, how you can design the same type of application on top of the PaaS model, but in background Microsoft will run servers. Succeeded.
But Atul, one question. Already I have created one website, right? Earlier I just shown you website.
Now that is replaced now. In case you don't want to replace, you have to create a new website. In case you don't want to replace, you selected the existing one. That's why it's going to replace. Otherwise, if you are going to create a new one, you have to pass a new name.
Okay.
Now you can just open Narrowlag. Control F5. Your deployment completed or not? Can you please just check?
One succeeded.
What build succeeded, publish succeeded. Narrowlag.azure. Just click on the
build and publish, both are succeeded.
Just click on the link, HTTP link, click here.
It came, Atul.
Okay. Do one thing, just close all the instance.
Okay.
And now just go and check. Go to the portal. Go to the portal.
Okay. Okay.
So you have to check whether you deploy on the production environment or staging environment. There are multiple environment, I think. Just open both. QA and
So web app
both.
one. I created this one, Atul, service plan.
No,
Sorry,
just
not this one. Not this one.
just open the both instance, production and staging both. No, that's okay. Just click on the URL. Just click on the narrowlab.azurewebsite.net. Yeah, perfect. Now just click on the QA. Just go to the QA.
1 second, Atul.
This is the QA. Click on the
There is
URL.
one QA.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think okay, that's a mistake. Just do one thing. Just go to the Visual Studio and run. Go to the Visual Studio. Click on the Run F5 button. Yes. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Now close this. Again, go to the project. Right click on the project. Right click. Publish.
Exited with
Click on,
code -1.
no problem. Okay. Now click on the overview again. Overview.
Overview.
Yeah. No, not here. Left side. Yeah. Next, connected services. Okay. Okay, fine. Click on the publish. Click on the publish tab.
Oh, okay. Here.
Now click on the new button. New. Okay. Next. Do one thing. Wait. Create the app service. Click on the last option. Down.
Okay. Create new Azure app service.
Yeah. Just pass Trinity 001 or Trinity Web.
001.
Trinity
Where, Atul?
Trinity. Just remove the name and pass a new name.
Oh, this one.
Yeah. Okay. Now you are going to create an issue. Okay, that's okay. Create.
Oh, it will show new one itself.
Now from here, it's going to create a new app service in your Azure portal. Then on top of that, it will deploy the same. Whatever the code you have here, the code will be deployed on top of the service.
Okay. So under Azure DF demo, North Europe. Okay.
That is no problem.
Yeah.
Under this resource group, Microsoft is going to create a app service. Name will be okay. This is now where you want to create. You want to create on the production slot. Just open the deployment slot. There's no slot available. So directly go and click on the production. No, just select the production first. No, first.
First.
Deselect the folder. Deselect. Just unselect this. Okay, perfect. Now finish.
Published, right? Published, right, Atul?
Yeah. Publish. Just check whether they created or not.
I'm just checking that.
Okay. This is deployment. Same activity you can perform using multiple ways.
Okay,
First time is going to start, that's why it's a little bit time.
got Atul. So this is the thing. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, Atul.
Okay, thank you everyone.
Thanks,
So
Atul.
this recording I'll send by tomorrow morning.
Okay, Atul. Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks, Atul.